All right, guys. Welcome to WrestlingRumors.net Money in the Bank review special. Sam Daly with me as always, the first lady of WrestlingRumors.net, Lady Nexus herself.
Maria Kanellis is going to come after me and kick my ass. Stop calling me that.
Money in the Bank 2015 from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio tonight. Pre-show started off with R-Truth defeating Wade Barrett, King Barrett.
What did Wade Barrett do to get in trouble? Is he in trouble? That is the big question here. Is Wade Barrett in trouble?
You're not alone in that question. I think in a way, a lot of us have to feel that way. Like there has to be heat on him or something backstage for something to be going on. Hopefully there's not, but he just keeps losing, and now he's losing on the pre-show.
That was crazy. It was crazy that it was on the pre-show at all, because I thought it was going to be on the main show, and then it was on the pre-show, and he lost. It was just shocker both ways.
Well, I did predict R-Truth to win just because I felt like he's on this big losing streak for a reason. I don't know. I can't pick Barrett again until we finally get a victory.
I just thought that he needed this victory.
In the pre-show too, we saw Stephanie McMahon cut a promo backstage. Kevin Owens also cutting a promo backstage, answering Twitter questions beforehand. Also saw a very, very, very touching Dusty Rhodes tribute before the pay-per-view, on the pre-show, during the pay-per-view. A lot of wrestlers, male and female, showing respect to Dusty Rhodes tonight. Absolutely beautiful to see.
Definitely.
All right, so the show kicked off with Money in the Bank, which it's always a little more interesting when you start the show with Money in the Bank. So we had Sheamus, Roman Reigns, Kane, Neville, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston. Sheamus, surprisingly, comes out victorious as Mr. Money in the Bank.
But not after Bray Wyatt comes out.
I was going to say, Roman Reigns kind of getting taken out by the new face of fear, Bray Wyatt. Sam, what did you think about the Money in the Bank match? Because we kind of we're differing on our opinions on this.
I didn't like it
at all.
At all. No, maybe it was because it started off the show. Something it just didn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't exciting. It had its spots,
but
in the second half, it got a little bit better. And then Bray Wyatt came out, and that was a good wow factor. But I mean, a match as a whole, it was kind of boring and dull.
I think it was 50-50 is where I put it. I thought the first half of the match kind of drug. I thought as soon as Orton started, they called it RKO City. As soon as Orton started RKO City, the pacing picked up. I thought then you were seeing a lot of the real quick, fun spots that we like to see in Money in the Bank matches, or any type of ladder match, for that matter. I thought the second half of the match was really, really good. The first half, I admit, wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask this. Are you just upset because Sheamus won?
No, well,
I like calling her bluff. That's it.
I guess I am kind of upset because Sheamus won. It's so weird because you know how anti-Reigns I am, and I was at peace with the fact that I thought Roman Reigns was gonna get it, and then they give it to Sheamus, and it pisses me off even more.
The funniest thing,
it shouldn't.
The funniest thing on social media tonight was everybody flipping out saying, "Jesus, I would have rather Roman Reigns win it." I'm thinking, come on, guys, really at this point. And listen, I am a part of that crew. I was actually on board with Roman Reigns winning Money in the Bank. I'll admit I'm a little disappointed he didn't win.
I'm just shocked that they're putting him into the main title picture. He's been going after the Intercontinental Championship for a while.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe that was more to get Ryback over, make Ryback look stronger, because now Sheamus is Mr. Money in the Bank. I don't know. I think it's better for him. I think Sheamus at this point is probably above the Intercontinental belt, specifically because who knows what's going to happen with Seth Rollins, but I mean, as much as I hate to say it, guys, let's face it, Sheamus might be right now the best true heel they have, because there's nothing cool about him. There's nothing, enticing about him. He's just an old heel that nobody really likes.
You know what? We're supposed to hate heels, and I hated the fact that he won. So there you go. WWE, you got me with that one.
Now, we did absolutely get Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt announced officially for Battleground.
We did.
And Roman Reigns sold Sister Abigail so beautifully tonight. I liked the Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton spot. The Reigns Kofi Orton spot, basically, towards the end of the match. I liked Neville and Orton. I thought had a couple really nice spots.
Roman Reigns, the only one who will counter out of an RKO. That motherfucker right there. That pissed me off.
But even the way Orton dodged the Superman punch was real
slow. It was back and forth. They just dodged each other's moves.
I liked the chain wrestling.
I liked it, but I just didn't like the fact that he did it out the RKOs because I love the RKO. It's one of my favorite moves.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I thought at least
I like to get that RKO in.
I do think, and I'm very critical about the product usually, but I will say that I think the Money in the Bank match was a lot better than what people think that it was. Maybe we'll go back and it might grab our eye. I don't know. At least I was at least entertained for the last half. We'll say that. Moving on to the WWE Divas Championship, we had Nikki Bella defending against Paige. You had Paige by submission. I actually had Paige by disqualification. We were both wrong because Nikki Bella,
yes,
she's Ms. Spoiler Alert, LOL. She wins.
Which I call bullshit on that because the bell rang after Paige won. And then they just went right back into the match. There was never any bell ring to start a new match or keep the match going.
Well,
I call Boulder Dash.
In case you missed it, obviously they pulled Twin Magic off again. Paige got the pinfall on Brie Bella. Brie Bella then exposing the padding that she had inside her bra and exposing that she was not obviously Nikki Bella, like it's any surprise to any of us, except for the referee in the ring. So from there, that's where we get Nikki Bella coming from behind, really what kind of looked like a bullhammer, to be honest with you, and then hit it with the rack attack, and then we go from there. So you were disgusted.
I was not happy.
You were disgusted.
I was not happy. We'll just say that. I was not happy.
Let's say 295 is coming very fast for Nikki Bella. 295 days. So moving on to the Intercontinental Championship, we had Ryback versus The Big Show. Basically another kind of screwy finish here, guys. We got The Big Show going over by disqualification with The Miz interfering. We both had a Ryback by pinfall, so everybody was kind of wrong on this one. Did you like how they finished this?
Yeah, because it finished it.
And that was going to be my next question. Did this match do anything for you?
This match didn't do anything for me. You know, I went into it with an open mind because whenever it was Ryback, Bray Wyatt, they put on a great match.
Right.
So I was kind of open to this new Ryback, opening up my mind to Ryback, and it just, the whole match didn't do anything for me. I was kind of glad The Miz was out there to stop it.
And it was, what I thought was really odd too, is the crowd was super dead for this match. And the crowd, in fairness, was super dead for a lot of it, and we're going to talk about that briefly too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they're setting something up with The Miz and getting involved with the Intercontinental title, you know, all over again, that's fine. Just it felt like a Raw match, felt like a throwaway.
Yeah. It didn't seem like a Money in the Bank pay-per-view match.
No. So next is Champion versus Champion Part 2, Kevin Owens versus John Cena.
The first good match of the night. Here we go.
5-star match, absolutely, all over again. We had Kevin Owens this time taking the loss to John Cena. After the match, Kevin Owens attacking John Cena, hitting him basically with that power bomb off the ring apron, just like he did to Sami Zayn in NXT, putting Cena not on the shelf, but obviously injuring him, needs help towards the back. Sam, where do you think they're going with this?
A third match, obviously. Both of them have a win up on each other, so there's got to be a third one to end it.
Titles involved?
Hopefully.
Probably the U.S. title by that point. Now,
wasn't the U.S. title already on the line before? No? Okay.
Nope. So let's say this. Will Kevin Owens still have the NXT Championship come Battleground?
I think he will.
Think he will?
Yeah, I think he's going to stay NXT champ, at least for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to take it off of him right away.
And one thing I'll say about this is both men, and John Cena, granted, he was taking a lot of moves. We'll say borrowing a lot of moves for the night, finishers and signatures, including the Canadian Destroyer, by the way, which well played. But, you know,
pulled it off nice.
Yeah, we saw Kevin Owens with a code breaker. It was a really, really fun match to watch again, guys, to just kind of sit back and just watch it as a fan. And these two have something special. I don't mind it going to a third match.
I actually didn't even mind that Cena won.
No, it's a fantastic match. Yeah, not at all.
Because we all predicted that Owens would go over. And
sort of, yeah. Well, we thought there would be some sort of screwy finish. But what we got was Cena with the win and then Owens taking him out. So we basically kind of all got, I didn't get any of it, but we all thought Owens would still go over into some capacities. But at the end of the day, at least this evens it up, so we have to see that third one. All right, so moving on to the WWE Tag Team Championship, we have New Day actually losing to primetime players.
I was shocked.
I'm not really as shocked, to be honest.
I was shocked that they're actually, like, are they really moving on from New Day? New Day's so over right now.
Right, but I think that they see some value with the primetime players as far as cross branding. crossing over into pop culture. You know, Titus O'Neil was Dad of the Year, you know, Celebrity Dad of the Year. Darren Young, you know, part of the LGBT community.
We've
really
talked about that before. They can still be big time people and not have to have the titles.
Agreed, but you know how they are.
No?
You know how they are. If a movie's coming out, even if it's the Intercontinental title, they're throwing the title on.
Is that why they gave Sheamus the briefcase? Because he's going to be in the new Ninja Turtles? No?
Can he cash it in on the set of Ninja Turtles?
It'd be pretty funny.
Please, can we make that happen?
I think the champion has to be on the set, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could get something. He can
trick him.
Yeah, he can knock somebody out. Whoever's champion.
Like, hey, come meet Megan
Please
Fox.
make that happen.
Yeah, that'll be the bait. Get on the set.
That'll be the bait. But Primetime Players are your new tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match, and obviously, guys, we completely botched that in Sam's picks. But we both had Seth Rollins winning. We both were right about this. Seth Rollins going over, getting no help. We saw this kind of teased all night long, especially with a promo leading into it, where basically he walked past everybody in the Authority and Triple H saying, you know, prove me right. Prove me right that I'm the one I chose correctly. Seth Rollins goes out there.
Why you're the chosen one, yeah.
Right. Seth Rollins goes out there. Dean Ambrose put on another 5-star. It probably their best match that they've had to date. They both seemingly felt very at home in a hardcore rules style of match, I felt. And I think this is one that was absolutely excellent.
I'm just saying that their ladder match between just the two of them blew the first ladder match with 7 people out of the water.
Absolutely.
Completely. And Dean Ambrose reminded me of a zombie by the end of that match.
Just walking around.
He was just walking around like all weird, like he wasn't even there. He was just climbing the ladder. Like it was just a vacant look on his face.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a zombie.
Now it had an interesting finish on it where both men fell with the title. And they actually compared it to a wide receiver and a cornerback, so to speak. But with Seth Rollins maintaining possession as they went down, that's how he retains the title. Triple H came out and said, you know, basically said, I actually wrote it down. It's, you know, just the prove me right thing. Seth Rollins comes out and says, I told you so. I'm the best thing this company has to offer right now. Sam, did this bring Triple H and Seth Rollins back together, or is this just Triple H, the cerebral assassin, playing mind games?
Well, of course, I'm going to love the conspiracy theorist of the McMahon versus Helmsley angle. And having Seth Rollins on his side, you know, that
looking wise, it's fun.
That would be ideal for me, but WWE logic, it might be planting the seeds for Triple H turning on Seth Rollins maybe tomorrow night. Maybe
I don't know if it would
soon
be
in the
that
future.
quick. But you know what, though? This question becomes a little more muddled, too, because we, you know, all of us assumed that Roman Reigns was going to win Money in the Bank, then somebody would. But with Sheamus winning, not saying he couldn't be, you know, in the Authority, because that's always been, I mean, if they're really working the IWC and stuff like that, what's Sheamus's knock always been?
That well, he's just Triple H's boy.
Right. And so why not own it? It's the reality era. Own it, you know, in a way. I don't know. I think it'd be, I'm not saying that's going to happen, guys, before everyone blows up at me. We're just having fun, what wrestling's supposed to be. No, I don't know. I think it would be something interesting, like how Sheamus plays in with Money in the Bank now. Because I thought of him maybe as a second pick. I actually thought of Orton more as a second pick. But I didn't
Sheamus
really,
was more my third.
I just never really didn't think they were going to pull the trigger on it.
Neither did I. Like I said before, I was shocked.
Sam, what's your spot of the night?
Spot of the night? Oh, that's a hard one. Probably the Kevin Owens code breaker. I freaked out for that one.
I should kind of mark for that one as a Jericho fan, but just that whole match again. You know what, though? No, this time I'm going to say it was Rollins Ambrose, just because they took their rivalry to the next step. You know, Owens Cena, it was, I don't want to say it was a lot of what we saw before because it added on to it, but that Rollins and Ambrose kind of just took it up another notch with them too. So for me, that I'm gonna give them my spot of the night. Letter grade the pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view in a whole, C+.
I was gonna go C. It's pretty bad, guys. Where a couple friends of ours were at Money in the Bank. They were at the Nationwide Arena, and they were watching the Cavaliers game while they were in there. So I know it's hard for me to say that this was the greatest pay-per-view. I think it was two fantastic matches. So I think that's why I'm going to give it a C+.
And you know what? We really didn't touch on this. The Divas match wasn't bad.
No, it was a really good Divas match.
It was a really good Divas match.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
But it was overshadowed by the fact that they were pulling out twin magic yet again. right one after the other. And then
I think it just
it got muddled with nobody wants Nikki Bella to be champ anymore, and people got pissed off.
It's just what baffles me is
match,
how she went from so heel to so babyface to so heel so quick. It shows you they don't care about that division right now. They really don't, because it was like, I'm a prick heel, like towards the end, like after she hit the rack attack. It really was. I mean, that's, I know she's usually the foul mouth one here, but let's call it like it is. Sam, anything else you have to say before we sign off for tonight?
No, that's really my one point I wanted to get across, was because everyone was knocking the Divas match again, but it actually was a really good Divas match. It was just the ending was controversial, depending on who you like, Nikki or Paige.
Yeah,
which usually Paige gets that vote.
Yeah, absolutely. You were not happy. You weren't happy. We'll leave it at that. So, guys, don't forget, we will be live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time for wrestling warm-up with all of the WrestlingRumors.net crew. Sam, follow her on Twitter at LadyNexus13. You can follow me on Twitter at AdamDaily13. For everyone at WrestlingRumors.net, we'll see you tomorrow for the warm-up show.